Hello to you. I'm Jesse Johnson. This is Saving America. Republic-Republican-Republicanism, its principles and basics. This video is in three parts. This is part 2. If you have not seen part 1, please do so. And we will begin where part 1 left off in part 2. And 23. Republicanism is utterly necessary for the United States of America's economy. Why? Because monopolies and cartels, of which the Federal Reserve banking system is a cartel, which was voted in not by the government but by private investors. These cartels extended influence to the total republic itself, to all 80% to 95% businesses, buying legislatures, manipulating laws, installing themselves as aristocracy and the ruling elites and the government of the nation, virtually never negotiating, summoning, and controlling the military beyond the government itself is ruled. Number 24. These are the methods used by monopolies. A. Never cut their own personal rate of return or their shareholders. B. Combine competing companies into larger corporations. C. They merge with one's suppliers and advertisers. D. They merge or buy out one's competitors, doing it with centralized management, dealing in the death of competition. This produces a political nightmare for a republic, a loss of independence, a loss of human and civil rights, a loss of self-government, of a republic itself. 25. Corporations are instruments of concentrations of wealth and privileges into the hands of the few, breeding automatic inequality, which is death to a republic. Number 26. A republic is free institutions, responsive to the people, the government, responsive to the society, the culture, and economy, and as a single interlinked set of systems, where citizens of an economy, society, and political system of all stations and statuses can sustain personal independence and is free, F-R-E-E, free from control of any so-called superior, and not suffering a few persons amassing all the wealth of a country. Number 27. Independence is the life's blood of a republic. Only when an individual has a say and a share in self-government is one truly free. Aristocracy, nobility, royalty, and so forth. Aristocracy reduces the true creators of all wealth to dependency and slavery. This is how republics, the upholders and gatekeepers of rights and freedom, this is how they fall. Number 28, economic rearrangements have consequences, and oligarchy is utterly unnatural. Republicanism opposes encroachment on the liberties and opportunities of the individual, opposes subjection of labor to capital, opposes monopolies' absorption of capital, which engenders aristocracy and plutocracy, which destroys a nation and republic, its laws. And therefore, Republicans and republicanism and this republic must eviscerate, destroy all monopolies. 29. Capitalist corporate monopolies become tyrants and dictators, swelling to a plutocracy. The most destructive of all tyranny is the tyranny of mere wealth, because mere wealth is without political intelligence. In a republic, corporate disclosure to promote public scrutiny is necessary in a republic. A republic must deal in total antitrust control. Number 30. Government based under the common person's control. This is what republics are, making people the governing class. Liberty depends on independence of all people to share in self-government. Concentrations of wealth and political control in the hands of the few threatens and destroys their freedom. Republicanism is nothing shall threaten in any form art, economics, education, family, law, medical systems, mass media systems, political, science, or spiritual systems, or simply the freedom of the individual. Number 31, what the United States of America has today are big technology companies, corporations, monopolies, such as Facebook, Google, Twitter, Yahoo, YouTube, etc., and cartels such as Federal Reserve Bank. These amass wealth and power at the expense of their fellow man and fellow women. A Republican stands as an objection to aristocracy, plutocracies, and stands as a total and utter objection to slavery. In other words, here we are not ruled over by others. We rule ourselves. Liberty depends on politics and economics, and depends on people's power to self-rule against oppressive self-interest. Liberty is the participation in self-government, to govern his or herself. To be free, F-R-E-E, is to direct one's own destiny, one's own fate. This is republicanism, never to be at the mercy of insane commands of the few. Hold on, please. Hold on for just a second. So we can continue. Now, let us continue. And also, republicanism is to be free, which is the opposite of slavery's wretchedness. And it's an aristocrat or plutarch who can put you in irons or take your life's valuables, then you are not independent. Number 32, republic. You, the individual, must have control over who runs things, never vice versa. In a republic, you are free if you have a voice in common affairs of a free, F-R-E-E, free state. It is a state run by citizens looking after their own interest, not an elite of 10 or 100 people looking after their own and running you down into the ground, running the millions and hundreds of millions down in the ground, downtrodden the tens to hundreds of millions. One's value is not equal to one's job, but is equal to one's soul, of which all souls are equal, all deserving freedom, a commonwealth built on the common person. Laborers, workers, the creators of all wealth itself are fit, and the only ones fit to govern. All people, not only a few so-called elites, are honored, but all people are honored as a self-governing unit. Number 33, the United States of America is falling because of its rejection of its own republic heritage, which includes its New Testament belief by Paul the Apostle heritage that the cultivators of the earth are the most valuable citizens, not the corporate monopolist elite, not the family aristocrats made of vampires and leeches who suck the very life's blood from a nation and will destroy a whole nation simply to rule over the ashes. Fascist, National Socialist, dictators, despots, corporate liberals, monopolists, homosexuals, pedophiles, anti-educational indoctrinations, bribable lawyers, etc., along with others, are anti-free, anti-Republicans. First, name. What a republic must do is first name a corporation of monopoly, then use its powers to regulate it. Republicanism is the right of the common man and the common woman to rule. Anarchy, democracy, and republicanism are almost triplet twins. 34. No monarchy. Number 34. No monarchy, oligarchy can survive long without the people rising in revolt. Why? Because these are oppressive systems. Only where there is no monopolies, aristocrats, plutocracies, monarchies, oligarchies, dictators, etc. But only where the total people are practicing social equalities, republicanism, democracies, anarchisms, for and of the people can they survive. There is a tremendous difference between true democracy and democrats, or democratism, as in the form of Democrats of the U.S., practiced by so-called Democrats, which is never for the people. Number 35. Republicanism is a movement. Pardon me. Number 35. Monopolies, aristocrats, and plutocracies are a movement composed of elites, academics, professional, capitalists, and so forth, and cannot lead. These people are politically without intelligence. They have skills in other areas, but not the political power to give everyone rights, but to take walloping dumps on the people. Too many chiefs and not enough Indians destroys a country. Depreciating the many to zero and the few to the only existing worthy. Liberty, independence, freedom, justice, wealth, power belonging to the few, and everyone else a subject or slave, and their offspring is anti-republic, anti-democracy, the real form. Republics, Republicans, and Republicanism protect all of this from the few, from the elites. Number 36. It can be stated now, Woodrow Wilson, I forgot when he was president of the U.S., but it was somewhere between 1912 and 1916 or something rather like that. Woodrow Wilson was the worst economic president of the United States of America. He directly paved the way for the downfall of the United States of America by removing, to great degree, tariffs and antitrust laws, and letting in the Federal Reserve Act, an income tax, personal income tax, which is again, all of this material is against the Constitution of the United States, which is still written in this Constitution, yet they are going against it for 100 years, and putting in personal income tax to monopolies, free taxpayer money from others' labor. Number 37, concentration of wealth in the hands of the few is the ultimate unnatural economic act. Number 38, the new monopolists have created an economic and a society based on data, D-A-T-A, and those who control it. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google, YouTube, etc., collecting large amounts of information and selling it. The new robber barons or the big tech. Data mining, DATA, data mining, is big brother surveillance of all things private and personal. Data platforms giants, DATA, data platform giants, are attention-sucking, behavior modification, manipulating systems. Objects, subjects. We are, in other words, they are, the billions of human beings are objects, subjects to be exploited behind those billions of people's backs. Data brokers is what these people are. These so-called elites are today. These elites are the fall of the Republic of the United States of America, along with other things. Freedom is grounded in independence, independent judgment. Politics, economics, education, law, mass media elites, if they do not accept freedom as true republicanism and true democracy forms, then they are destroyers of this country. An addiction economy made of consumers and not citizens any longer. We will begin on part 3 of three-part videos. We will begin on part 3 exactly where we left off in part 2. Please watch all 3 parts to get an understanding, because your country, the nation you belong to, is falling because of what I'm speaking on. Now, share this video and please have a fine day.